Syria government forces executed at least 248 civilians. Human rights group, World News, MSN, Outlook. More autos. My MSN. Video. Careers and jobs. Personals. Weather. Delish. Quotes. White pages. Games. Real estate. Wonderwall. Horoscopes. Shopping. Yellow pages. Local edition. Traffic. Feedback. Maps and directions. Travel. Full MSN index. Bing. NBEnews.com. Today. Nightly news. Meet the press. Dateline. MSNBC. Breaking news. Newsbeam. Home. U.S. World. Politics. Business. Sports. Entertainment. Health. Tech. Science. Travel. Local. Weather. Advertised vertical line had choices. Recommended. Many Afghan civilians killed in attack targeting U.S. consulate. Recommended. Syria chemical weapons talks constructive, Kerry says. Recommended. For men sentenced to death in New Delhi gang rape case that shocked India. Recommended. Egypt extends state of emergency by 2 months amid persisting turmoil. Heater.top_heater background image. URL http://cdn.lib.newsbeam.com/chrome/world news franchise/images/header.jpg D equals 10,529. First for breaking news and analysis. Compelling world news stories from NBC News journalists. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. About this blog archives email updates follow on Twitter. Subscribe to RSS. 43 comments. Print. 6 hours ago. Syria government forces executed at least 248 civilians. Human rights group. Slideshow. Syria uprising. / a look back at the conflict that has overtaken the country. Launched slideshow. By Becky Bertu, staff writer, NBC News. Syrian government forces and pro-regime militia summarily executed at least 248 men, women and children in one of the deadliest attacks since the start of the conflict in Syria more than 2 years ago, the report from Human Rights Watch said Friday. The killings took place in the towns of Al-Baida and Banias on May 2 and 3, according to the report. The international non-governmental organization said its investigation was based on video evidence and interviews with 15 Al-Baida residents and 5 from Banias, including witnesses who said they saw or heard government and pro-government forces detain and then execute their relatives. Advertised vertical line had choices. While the world's attention is on ensuring that Syria's government can no longer use chemical weapons against its population, we shouldn't forget that Syrian government forces have used conventional means to slaughter civilians, said Joe Stork, acting Middle East director at Human Rights Watch. According to the report, the slaughter followed a clash between Syrian government forces and a group of opposition fighters in the town of Al-Baida on the morning of May 2. Around 1 p.m., the opposition fighters retreated, prompting the pro-government forces to enter the village, search the houses, separate the men from the women, round up the men and execute them by shooting at close range. The report said many women and children were spared, but Human Rights Watch documented the execution of at least 23 women and 14 children, including some infants. Witnesses told the organization that the bodies of those executed were burned by pro-regime troops. In one particularly gruesome case, security forces piled up at least 25 bodies in a cell phone store on the village square and set them on fire, according to witness statements and video evidence reviewed by Human Rights Watch, the report read. The following day, a similarly horrific scenario took place in nearby Banias, where government forces and pro-government militias executed dozens of residents. A man who witnessed the aftermath of the attack described the scene to the organization. As we entered further into the house, we got to a room where we found so many corpses. Mothers and children piled on top of each other. One mother was still covering her son. I thought he may have survived, but as I turned her over, I saw that he had been also shot. Other bodies were found piled high in the streets bearing gunshot wounds to the head and chest, the report read. The Syrian government acknowledged its military operations in Al-Baida and Banias but said that its forces had killed only terrorists. According to witness accounts provided to Human Rights Watch, the troops who wreaked havoc in Al-Baida